Hello, I'm Terry Clemens, Executive Director of the National Consumer Reporting Association, and welcome to our Man on the Streets Credit Education video series. Founded in 1992, NCRA represents the specialty consumer reporting agencies that provide the credit reports required by mortgage lenders and property managers for making residential lending and leasing decisions. In these videos, you'll not see professional actors, but random Americans visiting iconic destinations with credit reporting and scoring questions. The answers are provided by NCRA members, each of whom have experience ranging from 15 to more than 40 years of employment in the consumer reporting industry. Without further ado, let's hit the streets and hear what these consumers want to know.
Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, reporting from Times Square, New York, on behalf of the National Consumer Reporting Association. Got my friend Donald here. Donald, do you have any questions about credit?
How do I protect myself against ID theft? And are there any laws in place to protect me?
There are many ways to do that. First of all, I think one of the big ways is protect yourself when you're online. Don't use unprotected wireless connections. Protect yourself offline, meaning if you're going to have personal information like those pre-approved offers, make sure you put them in the shredder rather than into the basket. And a shredder is really inexpensive to buy these days, right?
They've really come down in price, and
Yep.
anything that comes to you that has your name and address, your bank statements, your utility bills, anything that has your name, your address, or your birth date even, that information is very easy to use to set up credit, to set up medical debt. It's very easy.
Really is. So there's a couple of ways to protect yourself. It's the online, offline, by shredding. Also, check your credit report occasionally and make sure you're looking at your credit card statements and your bank statements. If there's any charges on there that you didn't make, don't wait. Don't wait for a bill collector to say, hey, you didn't pay the bill,
Right.
when you didn't maybe even make that charge.
As my son found out the hard way from a phone call from a credit card company to verify a charge that was made in another country.
Right.
He still had his credit cards in his hand, but his cell phone had been stolen a few weeks earlier. He didn't put the alerts on. The credit card company wanted to verify that he was making a purchase in another country.
Right. And so there's a couple of other ways. There's fraud alerts you can put on your file. An initial fraud alert it's good if you lose your wallet or you part of a phishing scam. You can put those initial alerts on, and they'll do an authentication when you're applying for credit. They might ask your mother's maiden name, for example, to make sure you're you. And you can also take it a step further in an extended fraud alert that does all kinds of things, in addition to stopping those pre-screen offers of credit.
Right.
So you can do that, as well as a credit freeze. And those are a little bit harder you have to unfreeze your file when you're credit active, but that literally freezes your file so nobody can access it.
Right.
Now, there's also other kinds of things that is really hard to protect. Those cyber attacks into the government agencies, those are a little less something we can't do anything about that other than protect ourselves against those open wireless connections and that sort of thing.
That's
And
right.
don't forget to get a copy of your credit report, right? That's another way to protect yourself, getting that annualcreditreport.com file and protecting yourself by knowing what's on your file.
And if you do find yourself in trouble or think you might get in trouble from cyber thieves or from somebody stealing your identity, identitytheft.gov. It's a website that the Federal Trade Commission has established. It's a step-by-step user guide. You answer a few basic questions and they customize a track for your specific situation and help you get you back on
And
the
that
right
helped your
road.
son, actually,
It did
right?
help my son, yes.
Yeah.
Identitytheft.gov.
Yep, a great tool for that. Thanks for bringing that up.
I hope you enjoyed that video and it helped you understand more about the consumer reporting industry. Thank you to the NCRA Education and Compliance Committee members who worked very hard to produce this video series and also events all year long for NCRA members to help them be better stewards in the consumer reporting industry. A special thanks goes out to Maureen Devine from Strategic Information Resources and Karen Bennett from Contemporary Information Corporation, the members who provided the answer to that question. Also a special thanks to the professionals at the Mortgage News Network who produced this video series. If you're a property manager or a mortgage lender and would like to obtain consumer reports from one of the industry's best providers, go to ncrainc.org to locate a member near you.